Hello children, welcome back to social science class. Today we shall start the same chapter, human environment, settlement, transport and communication. Last class we have completed up to settlement and today we shall start transport. And before I start the transport portion, I would like to say that what is the meaning of transport? Transport is the means by which people and goods move from one place to another place. Listen, in the early days, it took a lot of time from going from one place to another place, and people were mostly they were going by walking and they were taking the help of animals. But after the invention of wheel, that it became little bit easier, and now in modern days whatever transport systems are available with us all are very less time consuming and it gives a pleasure journey also. Let us discuss about all these four types of transport system. Okay, this we have in this modern transportation world, we have four different types of transportation system. Number one is roadways, railways, waterways and airways. Four different ways are there. Roadways, you see that there are two different kinds of road. One is metal road, another one is unmetalled road. The plains have a dense network of roads. Roads have also been built in terrains like desert, forest, even high mountains. Manali and Leh highway is the highest roadway, and road can be constructed in underground also, and these underground roads are known as subways or underpath. And flyover are also built over the over raised structure. Suppose you must have seen that in the below level crossing, below train lines are there, and over this train line you can see the flyover bridge also, that is known as roadway. Next come to railways. Railways is a mode of transport where you will find that heavy goods and large number of people can move from one place to another place in cheap rate and with less time. Okay, the invention of the steam engine and the industrial revolution helped in speedy development of rail transport. Diesel and electric engines nowadays have largely replaced the steam engine. And these railway lines are three types: narrow gauge railway line, meter gauge railway line, broad gauge railway line. And it is a comfort mode of transportation also. Okay, next comes waterways. Waterways is the cheapest way of carrying heavy bulk goods over long distance. Navigable rivers and lakes are used as inland waterways. Some of the important inland waterways are the Ganga Brahmaputra river system, the Great Lakes in North America, and the river Nile in Africa. You must have read in history that many travelers came to India by this sea route. In fact, English people, when they wanted to come India for trading purpose, they came through this sea route. And Vasco da Gama, you must have heard the name of the person Vasco da Gama. He discovered the sea route to India. Okay. Next comes airways. Airways, you know that one is road transport, then rail transport, then waterways, then airways. This is the fastest this is the fastest way of transport developed in the early 20th century. It is also the most expensive due to high cost of fuels. Air traffic is adversely affected by bad weather like fog and storms. It is the only mode of transport to reach most remote and distant areas, especially where there are no roads and railways. And it can, through airways, we can reach the corner of the mountainous area also. So some of the countries are there where they prefer airways than roadways. In mostly in mountainous area, you will find that it is very difficult to move in any mode of transport, but airways is most comfortable mode of transport in that area, though it is expensive. Okay, children, so we have completed 4 different types of transport, and now let us come to the communication. Communication is the process of conveying messages to others. In early society, in history, you must have known that if one king wanted to communicate some message, some information to the subjects, one person came to the middle of the city and banging the drums, and after this all people gathered there. Then he started saying that king wanted to pass these messages to the public. But nowadays we are very fortunate. We are fortunate enough that we can sit in our drawing room on the sofa and we can communicate with the person who is living in the another part of the world. We can communicate, we can see the matches are being played in another part of the country, another part of the world. Just you think that now IPL match is going on and how you are watching this by sleeping on your bed or by sitting on the sofa. Okay, and this is the mode of communication, means how we can communicate, we can pass our message to others. And there are different types of mode of communication. It is known as media, and when the people through which media we can communicate one message to the mass, that is known as mass media. There are different types of media: print media and electronic media. Print media, books, journals, leaflets, these are coming under print media, and radio, television, internet, these are coming under electronic media. Satellites have helped in oil exploration, survey of forest, underground water, mineral wealth, weather forecast and disaster warning. Now we can send electronic mails or emails through internet. Wireless telephonic communication through cellular phones have become very popular nowadays, and it's most interesting and it is a very good thing that we can communicate with our sister or relatives or friends, those who are staying outside of India. Not only outside, it means they are in the opposite side of our country, but we can within seconds we can pass our messages. We can even see that what he or she is doing. So with this, now I want to conclude this chapter: human environment, settlement, transport and communication. By the advancement of scientific development, we have reached in certain areas, certain age, where we can get everything in easy way. With this chapter is over and I am going to conclude my class. Thank you and have a nice day.